How's it going, y'all? Today I'm going to be talking about 9 different animals that all have vampire or Dracula in their name. First one we're going to start with is the vampire squirrel. This is actually a tufted ground squirrel. It actually has a very huge popularity because it does have one of the fluffiest tails of the squirrel world. The legend says that they will attack and end the life of deer by the jugular and then eat their organs. That is not true, but it is a great legend. The second one is the Dracula ant. This ant is endemic to Madagascar, and it will actually eat the hemophile or blood of the ant of their young, not causing harm, just enough, unless the colony is starving, and then they will, unfortunately, drink too much and end off their own bloodline, unfortunately. However, a fact about these guys is that they can snap their jaw like a spring load at 200 miles per hour, or like 322 kilometers per hour, rounded up. Crazy fast. Next up is the vampire squid, or by its scientific name, the Vampirothetheus infernalis, which actually means vampire squid from hell. But the reason why it gets its name is because of its red color, and as it swims, especially in the dark, because this doesn't live in a very oxygenated version of the ocean, it looks like it has a cape with how its legs are. Number 4 is the vampire flying frog. And I just realized I haven't said a number for any other ones, but number 4, it gets its name from its tadpole. The reason why it gets that name is because the tadpole has that long black fang in comparison to the rest of its body. Number 5 is the Dracula fish. It gets its name because of the fangs in its mouth, but you can't see that. This fish actually used to have normal teeth according to the fossil record, but it eventually evolved to have fang-like bone structures that give it that look. That horrifying picture. Next up, number, I think I'm on 6, is the vampire crab. There's actually 2 species of crabs that get the nickname vampire crab, and they were actually huge in the pet trade before they even had their name given to them by scientists. The reason why they have this is because they have dark bodies and they can have red or purple claws, and they have bright yellow eyes. This is the other vampire crab. Notice the purple claws, dark body, the yellowish, my hand doesn't want to show you, yellowish eyes. Now on to number 7, the vampire moth. This moth is native to Central and Southern Europe. There's also variants of it in China and other Asian countries. However, they mostly eat fruit, just like most moths and stuff. However, they have a razor sharp tongue that has barbed-like tongue that they use to tear at the skin of buffalo and other animals to drink blood. In fact, when they discovered this, they put them in a room with humans, and the male moths had no problem taking to the humans and drinking human blood. Number 8 is the vampire tetra. This is also called the saber-toothed barracuda, and its fangs. That's where it gets its name from. But they use those fangs to skewer fish before they eat them. Now, number 9, of course I had to include a bird, is the vampire finch. Technically vampire ground finch. They mostly eat seeds and fruit, but if that's not available, they'll eat eggs, they'll eat blood, so on and so forth. Now, that blood and the eggs do come from a specific species of bird, which apparently seems to have no problem with this bird feeding on its blood. I myself don't understand it, and apparently scientists don't either, because I can't find anything on it to why, but they just don't. And that bird is called the blue-footed booby bird. I wanted to show a picture of the finch feeding, but I didn't know if this app would like that, so I chose not to. And if you didn't know all that, now you do. Happy Halloween.